My name is Lauren Milam, and I am a junior elementary education major at Abilene Christian University. This is my math history presentation for Education 370 for Professor Adams. The importance of my presentation will focus on the necessity for math teachers to encourage not only those students who naturally succeed in math, but for all students in her class, those who need extensions for concepts, as well as those who need to be retaught concepts. A student who does not understand is not a burden, but a teachable opportunity for the entire class. In order for you to better understand my personal mathematical journey, I will be using horses as a metaphor. Back in the glory days of elementary school, I felt quite free like a wild horse running the open countryside. I never felt constrained or put in a box. I remember math being fun and easy for me to understand. Homework was short, simple, unburdensome. My parents helped me with math, and many of my teachers had a kind, encouraging philosophy in their classroom. The activity I remember the most was speed tests. If you finished the whole worksheet of math problems under a certain amount of time, you would get a special sticker and a prize. I remember feeling super proud of myself. However, I do remember the disappointment on some of my classmates' faces when they simply could not complete under the time limit. This made me feel better at math than anybody else because I normally was one of the first students to get this special sticker. I wondered why some of my classmates never got a sticker. Was this really a fair representation of who was, quote, better at math? Why did it really matter who was faster at simple addition and subtraction? I think we were all preoccupied with the competition rather than the enjoyment of math itself. Middle school math wasn't as simple and open as it had been in elementary, it seems. I felt like a wild horse captured and put in a fenced-up pen. Teachers wanted things certain ways, and how we wrote out problems, examples, work, and answers. Everything was much more constricted, and as a horse, I had much less room to run. With middle school, our classes changed along with our bodies, emotions, and minds. The classwork was harder, homework was longer, teachers had higher expectations of what we needed to know. The students who are faster in elementary school normally continue to succeed at the top of the class in middle school, making the, quote, slower students feel incompetent. In the 8th grade, we were separated like animals, smart kids in pre-algebra and the not-so-smart kids in the not-so-smart kid class. It was time to teach real math to only those students who were good enough. Only the horses who were smart and tame enough could become street horses. And I became a street horse. No more green grass or blue skies, only hard streets and dark buildings looming above. Walking the streets all day didn't sound too bad until the teacher sat behind me, a constant menace throughout the class. Instead of letting me walk down the street like I knew how to, she harnessed me with ropes and metal, leaving me feeling constrained, confused, and utterly alone. The worst part was when she put the blinders on. She didn't care about me as a student. She just wanted me to listen, immediately understand what she was trying to say her way, and keep me walking down the hard stone street with my blinders on. I struggled through my last 2 years of high school, where I had the same teacher both years for pre-calculus and then calculus. Because this teacher made me feel uneasy and incompetent, those last 2 years of high school completely shattered my belief in my own ability to understand and do math. Like a horse, I thought I would never run again on my own. I thought I would always feel constrained, my feet would always hurt, and someone would always be behind me making me feel miserable about my slowness to piece together concepts on my own. You just couldn't understand why I didn't understand. And class after class, I forgot about the beauty of math and the excitement of learning, even though it was right there. But she had my blinders on, where I simply couldn't see the big picture anymore. If it wasn't for my amazing father, I don't think I would have made it out of those years alive, or even want to still be a teacher. My dad is an engineer, and he uses math in real life on a regular basis. Him, along with some other wonderful university professors, have made me realize that I'm not bad at math. But it was amazing to see how one person's negative attitude toward me made me feel completely incompetent. As a future teacher, my one bad teacher taught me a huge lesson that I will never forget: to never be like her. I will never put blinders on my students and never harness them with a rope and metal. I will let them walk on their own. As a teacher, sometimes it's hard not to tell your students what they're supposed to see or do. You see, a good teacher will show you where to look, but never what to see.